So this is going to be a little bit of a hot take, and we're going to try and do it in one take. So I got my notes here on my phone today. We're here at FedEx. I am shipping out a beautiful animal to Texas, so that's exciting. Temperatures are definitely different there, so cryopack included on that one. But Morph Market just came out with shipping. So let's discuss that, and I'm curious what your thoughts are. So this box specifically, for me to ship using Redline with my volume discount or whatever I had, was $72. Now with Morph Market, it ended up running $50, like $49 and some change. So that's a pretty good discount right there, right? Now, more importantly, if I look at another animal that I had a buddy of mine out in California want, he was interested in it. I told him he can make me an offer, and to take into consideration that the shipping for me would basically run like $100, because going from Maryland out to California is pretty expensive. And so when I looked that up on Redline, so the Redline price was $96.35. Now, if I were to have my discount for volume or whatever that I'm given, which it would bring it down to $80.29, you know, plus your box and whatever, you know, take that into consideration. Whereas going through Morph Market for that same exact package was, what was it? I think it was like $56, but let me look at my message with my buddy here, because I sent it to him after I seen it. Yeah, so $56.20. So it went from $96 to $80 with my discount on Redline to $56 through Morph Market. That's pretty much a 50% drop. And I mean, I'm a fan of saving about $50 personally, myself. Now, that's a big, you know, discount, right? And so to put that into consideration, let's just say, because last year I spent about $6,000 on shipping and supplies. So let's call it $5,000 in supplies. If I, roughly, for easy math here, if I spent half of that through Morph Market and only spent $2,500 on shipping, that would have left me over with $2,500. I could have bought another ARS rack. I could have bought a rodent rack. I could have bought another animal that could have been useful for my breeding plans. Like, there's a lot of use for that money, right? Now, I do see, for some reason, Darian getting a lot of hate on this, you know, talking about, you know, stealing business from people and all that other stuff. It's kind of important to think and remember that this is exactly what Robin did. I don't have any bad feelings towards Robin, but whenever Robin started Redline, he previously worked for Ship Your Reptiles, and he left that company, and then eventually he started his own shipping company. And at that point, I mean, I know that he reached out to me and said, hey, try us out, you know, 60% off your first like 2 labels and stuff, which is awesome, right? And I basically like went to Redline. I put in my information, shipping probably to California, because I like to use that because it's as far as I'll ship, right? And it gave me a rate, and then Ship Your Reptiles gave me a rate, and then Redline matched it and then gave it a little bit less. So Darian is doing the same exact thing, but it rubs him wrong because a lot of people have feelings towards him because they just do. I don't know what it is, but they do. So on to the next matter is that I know I've seen like people talking about, they're worried about Morph Market being like a little bit of a monopoly or something like that. I don't really think that that's going to be the case, because when Redline started, the other companies are still around. You know, people are still going to remain loyal to them. I mean, Ship Your Reptiles is still around, and a lot of people, including people that work for Ship Your Reptiles, went over to Redline. And again, I'm not saying any of that in a negative sense. I'm just saying that that's the situation that happened. And, you know, those other companies are still around. I think the other people will do just fine. Darian is helping out a lot of breeders and keepers right now by putting this out there and making it a cheaper situation to be able to ship your animals, right? And I also think that this creates an opportunity for the other shipping companies, Redline, Reptiles to You, Ship Your Reptiles, Reptiles Express, whatever, which funny enough, I tried to get quotes on them to also kind of match or see what those kind of things were. And I couldn't even get a quote from Ship Your Reptiles without logging in. And the quote from Reptiles to You was basically the same as it was from Redline. It was, now I'm under the rush here. It was $93. So still super expensive in comparison to the $56 I could spend going through Morph Market. So it can create an opportunity where all these companies can try and price match, or at least come down in price or whatever, to be able to offer something more to the people that are using their service. Now, where I think that this is going to help out a lot is the people that keep cheaper animals, such as like the colubrids. I've been on a tear lately looking at some of these other animals because I just find so many really cool. But colubrids, more specifically, like these damn garter snakes, they charge, you know, a varying price for these animals, but their shipping is always like $100. And it's like, I'm gonna spend like $400 on this garter snake or $300 on this garter snake, and then spend an additional $100 on top of that for shipping. You're talking about if someone's trying to buy a milk snake for like 150 bucks, and then they have to pay $100 to ship it to them, that's kind of crazy. With Morph Market being in this position, they can offer that volume discount because they ship a lot of stuff. They're able to get that discount and pass that savings on to us, which then also passes it on to the people that are purchasing from us. If you put up auctions now, instead of charging, you know, $80 to $100 plus on shipping, you could see what it is from you to the furthest place from you and get an idea of what that would run before. And I guess it's probably going to be a lot less. And you can pass that savings on to the customer, and then in turn that customer will potentially bid more on your animals if you put them up for auction, or you're at least lowering that cost on yourself if you include that price in your regularly listed animals. Let's see. So I will say that I'm going to continue to support Redline in the form of ordering my shipping supplies and stuff from them. I like the boxes and everything that I get from them, and I know they come like from Reptile Basics, but I like how fast that stuff gets to me. I also like their cryo packs and other things like that. So I am going to continue to support Redline in that manner because I do like them, and you know, they have done good stuff for the hobby, much like Darian has done good stuff for the hobby. You know, the different auctions and or charity auctions and things that he's doing right now, much like Redline is offering free shipping, you know, for those things that sell to support those charity auctions. So it's just a matter of like, for this situation, I'm able to basically spend $50-something instead of like $100 to ship an animal across the US. And over time, that's gonna add up. And that savings is gonna be passed on to me and the people that potentially purchase from me. So with all that said, I am curious to hear your thoughts. So let me know, what's your take on this? Thanks for taking your time watching this video, and see you in the next one.